I want you to ask yourself one question. Do you really track all your bets? If you don't track, then you need to listen in. These are three of the top common mistakes sports bettors make. Mistake one, bankroll management. It doesn't matter if you're buying a car, trading stocks, playing poker, or buying real estate. You have to have an effective bankroll strategy. I've seen so many sports bettors, including myself, that started off blindly betting without understanding a couple factors: bet sizing, expected value, and bankroll building. Trust me, I get it. I know we're all about this money and all profit driven. I need to see my return and my value now. I need to see my money now. If I'm putting 100 up, I want to see my 100 get back. Now, that does work from time to time, but not in the long run. For example, what if I only had $500 in my bankroll and I bet $100 on the 49ers and the odds were minus 120? So that means I have to bet $120 to win 100 and I lose. So now I only have $380 left in my bankroll. I just spent 24% of my bankroll. Trust me, you're pissing money down the toilet faster than you can drink a gallon of water. Having proper bankroll management is you would having to actually wager 2.5 to 5% of your bankroll, which is about $15 or $25. I understand. We're only talking about 25 or $15, which wouldn't even buy you a fast food combo nowadays. But compared to your bankroll, this is a good starting wagering size. Remember, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. We want longevity and sustainability in this game. $500 is a small bankroll, but it's also what some people can afford. For a strategy on how to build a bigger bankroll, I'll link a video up top here above so you can check that out. But just remember, there's no betting without no bankroll. There's no bankroll without no proper bankroll management. Trust me, I've had to reset my bankroll many times over because I didn't avoid this mistake. But now I have proper bankroll management. I track my betting and I can successfully sustain my bankroll. Take the time, do the work, get paid. Mistake two, get your parlays, get them while they nice and hot. I got parlays 2 for 5, 2 for 7, 3 for 8, 5 for 10. Get your parlays, get them while they hot. The second most common mistake sports bettors do is bet parlays, or what I call scratchy tickets. Parlay bets are stacking or adding multiple single bets and can have huge odds to win. However, your risk does go up a lot higher. This is why these are terrible bets and what most professional gamblers or sports bettors call sucker bets. The risks are just too high, and the common mistake is that you feel like there's a chance for you to win. Just like a scratchy ticket, there's always a chance for you to win. You can put that $10 in and hopefully get 10 grand out. Just doesn't happen a lot in sports betting. Happens very rarely. But let's break down the risk and reward ratio and how the casinos and the sports books really make their money off you guys who are parlay bettors. So, let me bring the mic over here. If you look at this chart up top here, right? If you look at this chart up here, you're going to see the list of parlays and the individual bettors. My line is a little crooked, but it's okay, right? But if you look at the top, if you look at the top here, I got to bring my arm all the way back. If you look at the top up top, you'll see the number of individual bets would be two. So a two-leg parlay, if the odds were true, it would be 3-1. But you see, the odds of the sports book that they pay out is 2.5 or 2.6-1. And if you go down for the individual bets that you put in a three-legger, it's 7-1, but the payout's only 6-1. 15-1 for 4. but the payout's only 12. And if you go all the way to the bottom, I know we like to bet small and win big. For my 10 leggers, it's over 1,000 to 1 on the correct odds, but the sports books only pay out 645 to 1. Now, when you think about that, that's pretty insane of how much they're actually paying out versus what the true odds are. You can see the discrepancy already. This is a sucker bet. This is a losing bet. You're already losing value of what they actually should be paying on those bets. Now, I'm going to add something else on this side as well. Look at the percentage of hitting these bets. A 2-leg parlay, 33%. A 3-leg parlay, 14%. A 4-leg parlay, 6%. A 5-leg parlay, 3.5%. And a 10-leg parlay is not even a percent. It's 0.1%. So for my parlay bettors, you take a 3-leg parlay. It doesn't seem like it's much, but you take a 3-leg parlay. You only have 14% chance to hit this bet. Meaning you're going to lose this bet 86% of the time. I want you to understand and really think about that before you make a parlay bet. They want you to make parlay bets. This is why you see advertisements for parlay bets. This is why you see influencers influence you with parlay bets. It is a sucker bet. It is a losing bet. If you don't believe me, at least believe this guy. David Foreman, VP, Vice President, VP of Research of the American Gambling Association. In quotes, parlay bets can be enjoyed purely for fun, not as a money-making opportunity. Let me repeat that for those in the back. Parlay bets can be enjoyed purely for fun, not as a money-making opportunity. Mistake 3, odd shopping. Sports gambling in general is set up for you to lose. I'm not going to lie. The game has a ton of factors that decide whether you can possibly win or lose your bets. My third and final top mistake that sports bettors do is not shop around their odds of their bets. There are many different sports books out there. And in a future video, we'll talk about what apps are the best to use. However, to put yourself in the best position to win, odd shopping is a common technique that I've had to learn the hard way. So, what is odd shopping? All sports books have different odds and lines based on what their exposure is to the market. Some sports bettors have really up-to-date lines and odds, while others take some time to catch up. This is super key because this is where you can catch the sports books not hanging the right and updated line. For an example, the NBA All-Star game had a line of -2.5 at a -125 line on DraftKings. But on ESPN bets, they had it at -1.5 at -130. ESPN hung a bad line and hasn't caught up to the market. This is why we bet this. Well, why? How do I know that? Even though the juice is higher on the bet, even though the juice is higher on the ESPN bet, your EV is higher. What the hell is EV? EV is expected value of return. Think of EV as a percentage you would make on this bet over and over and over again. For example, like stocks, if I choose to put my investment in the stock market, I expect over time to get at least 10% return on my investment over the long haul. Think of EV as that return. I expect to get somewhere from 6 to up to 9 or 10% return on my bet if I continue to find and make bets just like this bet I just explained. Since you have a higher EV in this bet, this means that you should make this bet as on ESPN, as you have a higher chance of winning the bet. You wouldn't have known this if you didn't shop around using the odds. By shopping around, you were able to find a close enough price, but a better line that had more EV return on your bet. Those were the three top mistakes that sports bettors make and need to avoid. These are the things that I've learned on my journey to becoming a successful sports bettor. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like this, go ahead, hit the subscribe, hit the like button, drop a comment below, and let us know what video you want to see next.